Okay.
You good?
I'm scared. I'm not good at like videos.
Sing hallelujah for the good times. Hallelujah for the bad. And I am thankful for the ups and downs because they make me who I am.
I love the community of CSM, how all the students are closely connected in their relationships.
One of my favorite things about coming to CSM is the community. It really is just a place where there's always someone to talk to, laugh with, just hang out with. And it's really just kind of my favorite part of the week. I always love coming here and hanging out with everyone.
I mean, I have to say student band, right? Like, if I don't, that look bad. But yeah, student band. It's definitely, yeah, I really love student band. I mean, I love all of it.
It would probably be just being able to play games with all the younger, like, students, particularly like Smash Bros. And Mario Kart. Might be because I'm a bit too good at them, but that's a different story.
A funny memory from large group was like we were playing a game with everyone and we had to pair up with 3 or 4 people, and then at one point we're just all on the ground on our backs just acting like an octopus or something. That was like, just times like that make me laugh when I look back.
For me, being in student ministries, I was part of the worship team and tech. And for me, those were very good connection points, getting to meet new friends and just having a good time with people.
Like having friends to talk to and talk about certain things. And it's taught me a lot of how to grow and also how to care about people.
Getting baptized was an amazing experience through CSM, and I'm very grateful for that.
2 things. 1, the friend groups I've made. 2, the trips I've gotten to go on. For the friends, it's mainly within small group. Like, it's started out as loosely knowing friends, but over the years, I got to make a close-knit group of friends during the years where they became sophomores, junior and senior. So, like Ryan Santoro, Mason Landry, and later Maverick, Noah Sullivan, and of course, Tobias Lynch, who I know very well.
Favorite part of CSM would definitely have to be the people and the friendships I've created. The retreats and like CIY have also been like a really major part of CSM for me, and I've really enjoyed that.
Retreats are probably my favorite part because you get to have lots of fun and learn new things.
Winter retreat, because it's the only retreat I've been on. High school winter retreat.
I think the 2019 iServe, it was a very fun and amazing time hanging out with friends, and just the message that was given, it connected very well.
I ironically had a lot of fun with iServe. Like, you wouldn't expect me, a lazy person, to enjoy work. Work's terrible, it's labor. But there's something strangely fun and rewarding about the certain jobs I got to do there.
We raked leaves, we painted houses, and we cleaned the inside of cabins.
There was a lot of different activities that we could do, a lot of different options. Like a couple days there was like trivia, and at a different time there was like broom hockey and the box sled thing. That was a lot of fun.
Well, I remember at iServe when we were cleaning the inside of the cabins, there was a wasp on one of the beds. So I said, "Oh, hey, look guys, there's a wasp." And then everybody screamed and ran out.
Anybody get stung?
No.
During iServe, we usually played this game called Infiltration. We play it at night and it's on this hill. It's kind of dangerous, honestly. And basically the goal is to get to the top of the hill without being like caught by a leader. So I was like hiding on the hill, and Jacob didn't know I was there, and I guess he just stepped right on my face, and I cried. And that was one of my earliest memories from iServe, but it still gets talked about to this day. So that's a good memory.
CIY of 2018, I was in like the dorm rooms with Emily, Rents, and Jimmy. Jimmy was eating these chips and salsa, and I love chips and salsa. So I was like, dude, I want chips and salsa. And she was like, great. And so I got some chips and salsa, but it was like the black bean and corn salsa. And we were sitting on the floor eating it, talking about the Enneagram, as we always do, right? But then some of the salsa fell onto the floor. And it's like the gross like carpet dorm room floor in the middle of summer, so like it's not really cleaned yet. I don't know. And Jimmy was like, dude, I'll give you $1 if you eat it off the floor. Like not, if I put it on the chip. And I was like, it's salsa, bet. And so I did, and I got $1. I think I put it towards like the offering the next day or whatever. But it was a good tasting $1. Like floor salsa, I highly recommend it.
Broom hockey was really exciting. I wasn't expecting it to be as hyped up as it was. The final game, like the tournament or whatever, we were losing by a lot of points. And then we made a comeback in the last like 5 minutes. It was great.
We won broom hockey! It was the best. Please don't edit out the shirt, Jacob. Like, this is one of a kind.
One of them was at the fall retreat where we learned about rest, and that was important for me in that time.
I can't believe I wrote for a favorite trip or retreat to go on, I wrote CIY by far. It's surprising how much lack of sleep makes a difference and how open someone is when they're exhausted.
iServe would have to be definitely like an iconic retreat for me just because I've gone every year since I was in 6th grade. But my favorite retreat would definitely be CIY because that's like the highlight of my whole year.
On, I think it was the first day of CIY, they had these lampposts set up that you would stand under and it would light up. And we didn't discuss it ahead of time, but PJ and I just walked up to it together and we just stood under it together and offered to support each other, and it was great.
I think right before CIY Milligan, there was a bunch of people in my friend group that I was praying for, and during that week, I saw God like be faithful and make a big impact on their lives, which in turn like made a big impact on me in my relationship with God, just seeing how faithful he was through all of that.
At Winter Retreat, the last night, there was a message that really hit different, and that definitely impacted me a lot, and it changed me for the better.
The significance of small group to me definitely as well has been the small group leaders have been able to help me a lot with dealing with a lot of personal questions I've had with my relationship with God and finding answers to those.
My journey from very general small group at the Cousins house to weeding that out and having a very tight-knit group with Kevin Kang. Very impactful experience because it switched from just having fun and messing around with a group of people who I could play Injustice with to I'm getting older, I understand things, I can deeply talk about it with people I trust. And I furthered with that and got more serious in discussion, and that's how I really helped solidify what I know.
Always, the Zoom calls with our small group have been quite interesting with all the virtual backgrounds.
It's really nice to have like a set community of, people of my age that like validate how I'm feeling or any doubts I have, or help me answer any questions, and are just always there for me to better understand God and my journey with Him. And I can see them grow and change also, and I think it's just a huge blessing, and I love my small group of girls.
Small group has been very significant to my life, particularly because it got me into a situation where I was with, well, a small group of people, and we were able to work together to overcome different issues in our lives. And we each also got the opportunity to lead a meeting.
Small group is like a good way to be more intimate with my peers, because large group is obviously a large group of people. But small group is just a good way to get intimate and like get to know one another, and then just kind of go from there and give each other advice.
It was the last day of CIY in Salisbury, and it was the part of the service where they ask people that feel called to go into ministry to stand, and the room will pray over them. And I stood up because I feel really called to go into worship ministry. And I just remember everybody from Crossway that was there just reached out and put a hand on me. And Jacob, like whispered in my ear, like, hey, we love you, I love you, like you got this, you have this whole team of support, and it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be really hard, but just know that what you're doing is worth it. As everybody was, like holding me and praying over me, I just like broke out bawling. And I thought I did a pretty good job that week of not crying, and then everybody totally broke me, and it just was such an amazing feeling that really lifted my heart.
Definitely get involved in any skill set that is good for you. If you're good with tech, join the tech team. If you're good with playing music, join the worship team. It's a good way to connect, meet friends, and just have a good time while coming to youth group.
Advice to younger students would probably just be stay open-minded and try to have fun while you're in it, I guess.
Okay, what I would say to younger students looking to get involved in CSM is to just pray about it a lot and trust God to help them take the next step.
So definitely get involved, because it'll be so much better than you could ever think, and it just will fill this place in your heart that you didn't know needed to be filled in. Yeah, you should do it.
Some advice I would give to younger students about getting involved with small groups and large group is just stick with it. It can be weird and awkward at first, but as you grow and progress throughout high school, if you want to be involved with a church community, that can be really difficult to do at school. So having a group of kids at church that you can really connect with has been really important for me these past few months.
I would highly recommend joining a small group. I know it's pressed a lot around here, but trust me, worth your time.
First off, look for Kevin Kang. Like, he's pretty good at roping in people. I myself was roped in pretty early on by him.
Really, it's just get involved. Find who you need to find to further your faith.
Look for Kevin Kang.
Find who you need to find to have a good time.
Look for Kevin Kang. Don't be afraid to pick up one of the controllers either. Like, you can make a lot of friends through the games here.
I know if I could go back, I would literally attend every event that CSM put on. Just take advantage of every event and opportunity that they give you, get involved, find a way to serve and get plugged in, and just be intentional with the people and with your friendships, and yeah.
To my younger self, middle school self, don't be so awkward. Break out of your shell a little bit. You're okay. You're not gonna die.
Get more involved and begin getting to know people sooner. It's a great way to get connected and have a good time with people.
Well, if I could go back, I would tell my younger self to stop stressing and just pray about everything, because the world isn't ending. You're gonna be fine.
To just be fearless, to just go for it and be silly, have fun.
This one was a bit of a weird one because a lot of decisions that I've actually made so far, a lot of them I wouldn't actually suggest that I change because so much would have changed as a result. But I guess in particular, if I had to tell myself to change one thing, do a little less single player games, because you can have a lot of fun playing with other people.
I mean, there are things I can say but shouldn't, and something I had thought to say and now forgot. So really, you have a lot ahead of you. I mean, it's called puberty, but you have a lot of growth ahead of you and a lot of change and realization.
If I could go back, I would tell my younger self, high school and middle school get better, and it will be, all the awkwardness will go away and you will find your group of people.
Trip to El Salvador definitely sparked my interest in working with people, which kind of helped me choose nursing for a career. And after I graduate, I want to travel to third world countries and help those who don't have medical care easily accessible to them. So El Salvador definitely sparked my passion for that.
Debating college, we've been thinking about it for a while, but nothing actually committal. I have places to go, have not yet applied. I have ideas of what I want to do. Could potentially skip a year just to take a break. I've been living my life very slowly, and my parents understand that because I am autistic. So I really could just take it slow.
I'm gonna go to Liberty University in Virginia in the fall, and I'm gonna major in worship ministry. Super excited.
I'm going off to college in South Dakota next year, so I get to be off in mountain time. 2 hours off. That's gonna be fun.
So next year, I will be attending Virginia Tech in the Corps Cadets, for now on the civilian track, and studying international relations.
After graduating next year, I plan on enlisting in the United States Air Force, active duty.
Okay, well, my plans for next year, I'm planning to take a gap year and maybe work at different places to see what I like.
Overall, spiritually and all of it, I feel like I've grown so much. The community is amazing, and I feel closer to God than I ever have joining this youth group.
I would just like to thank all the leaders for their loyalty to CSM and for showing up every week and just making it such a joyful and welcoming place for us to be.
I mean, I think that all of us seniors do just have that desire to be the light of Christ, and you guys helped instill that in us by just showing up and loving us through everything, every, hormonal stage and just awkward stage. You loved me when I had braces, and that was a bit rough, so I appreciate that. But I appreciate that you are willing to put fear aside and just follow the tug that God has in your heart to serve us.